Welcome back, everybody, to the first week of the Founders Invitational. Today we have a very unique crew battle format. Each team will have 5 players, and we'll work our way through 5 best of 3s. For everyone who wasn't here last time, we are going to be working on a point system. So in addition to earning 2 points for your college whenever you win one of your best of 3 matches, you also gain a point for your college for every stock you have remaining at the end of each game you play. That's the gist of the format. As we get into it, I am Matthew Toxic Gerbil Merrick, and I am joined by Kevin Mavic Dignan, and we already see an unfortunate SD from Show.
Yeah,
St. Peter University's Uldiro.
Yeah, so we do have St. Peter's University in the red and Niagara University in the blue. Niagara University is bringing out DLS, and St. Peter's have Uldirio?
Yeah, I think that's how we're going to say it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, an unfortunate SD from Uldirio playing Joker, which...
Joker's definitely a character that can SD and then still win the game.
Yeah,
so...
I mean, well, does Joker... Or does...
The big scary red man wins the game.
Yeah, okay. Arsene.
Oh! Maybe not anymore, though.
And yeah, we are getting to see Ness and Joker for the first time. Of course, if you were tuning in last set, we had a very, very close set between Siena College and Marist College, and that came down to the wire. So I'm hoping that happens right here, right now as well. But at the moment, DLS is putting in work.
Oh yeah, and remember, in this format, stock count matters. So every single stock kill is important, and the fact that DLS is so ahead and still has 3 stocks left means that if he can get a 3 stock, it's a huge start for his team, and it looks like that will exactly happen.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 stocks going towards Niagara University, which is exactly how you want to be opening these sets.
Oh yeah, there's no better way than to start out by getting 3 points for your team and put yourself in a dominant position to maybe even to probably win this set. And if you win the set, that's another 2 points plus the stocks you had remaining in game 2. Potentially, Niagara University could get out to a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to get the first one and then get another 3 stock, that puts you in an 8-point advantage.
That's so devastating if that's what happens. I don't think the next game will be a 3 stock like that, but even if it's a 2 stock, a 7-game lead is such a big advantage. We saw just in the last series, the 7-game lead gave them the early advantage that carried them through the rest of it, and they eventually Siena College eventually did win after I guess it's a 6-point lead from game 1. So even better if they get a 7-point lead.
Yeah, all right, and we are seeing some of the bands coming out here. Yoshi's Brawl and Lila being the 2 bands for the counter stage. So now we will see St. Peter's picking out one of the maps. I mean, they've got plenty of options. It depends. Where do you think Joker wants to go? I think Battlefield's probably a good spot to take him to.
Joker likes Battlefield. Joker likes any stage with platforms specifically. Actually, if you're a very technical Joker, you love Smashville, because the platform in the center of the stage is perfect for your drag down combos. But maybe on laggy Wi-Fi, you don't really want to risk it on that and go there. So we'll have to see what the pick is.
Yeah, and I have just been informed on Discord that there was a bit of an issue on the controls of the SPU player. So the Saints, so he was having some control issues. So Uldirio here might suddenly bring it back really, really quickly now that they're getting their controls set up. They are obviously switching around the switches, so some accidents happen. But yeah. Yeah,
could be a really big reversal then. We'll see. Joker definitely a character who can make explosive victories happen.
Yeah, and if you're used to your muscle memory is set up to some way, and then suddenly your controls aren't exactly correct.
Oh no, it's so bad to have the wrong controls.
Yeah, so
we'll just wait for that to happen. We'll get into it pretty soon.
Yeah, so we'll hop to a quick break real quick whilst they get that sorted out, and we will be back with you very, very shortly.
Welcome back, everybody. We got our technical issues sorted out. We're going to be getting into Game 2 in just a moment. Once again, between St. Peter University's Uldiro and Niagara University's DLS. I wonder if we're going to see any character switches. Probably not. I don't know why DLS would make a swap, considering how well he won Game 1. And Uldiro, unfortunate controls, but I think he's confident in his character. Joker, an incredibly powerful character. One of the best in the game.
Yeah, I mean, coming out now, it's definitely interesting because if that first game was a case of controller issues for Vero, it's very possible that we see a complete turnaround at the moment.
It's very possible, but so far it does not look like it's oh my god. You can't jump into that, dude.
That is unfortunate, as
you can't jump into that.
Do see DLS now taking the lead once again. So I think this is a matter of pride for DLS, right? People now may be thinking, oh, he only 3-stocked him because of controller issues. But,
yeah, DLS saying maybe not. Maybe I'm just the better player.
It's possible, but I am looking forward to seeing whatever comes out from this Joker player. Joker being one of those characters that I personally really enjoy watching, and it's always fun seeing Arsene come out.
Oh yeah, Joker's one of the most stylish characters in the game for sure. He really makes for an entertaining game. Whether or not he's too strong, doesn't really matter. He's just so cool.
Yeah, he is a cool character from a cool game, as he is gonna get a good back air there.
Oh, he doesn't go for the offstage counter. I think Ness could be guaranteed that another forward smash.
I mean,
DLS really just sits there and charges forward smash, and Uldiro just wants to get hit by them, I guess.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there, as we do see an SD coming out there, just couldn't quite get the recovery, and that's going to be DLS losing the first stock of the set.
Yeah, so we won't be getting the perfect 8-0 in terms of points. Oh, I thought it was happening again.
Oh, yeah.
But the 7-0 is still very possible, as even he has an extra credit lead on this stock.
Yeah, I mean, being able to just slowly get this and build up percentage, this is feeling very good for DLS. As we are going to see the recovery coming out. That's just SD. That was
DLS going way too aggressive, trying to get the dunk.
Yeah, that was questionable.
Oh no!
You hate to see it happen, ladies and gentlemen, but that is going to be DLS taking the victory with one stock, which is going to bring his team up to 6 points, and game 1 going towards Niagara. We'll be moving on to match number 2 very shortly. I mean, I'm sure you have some words, Joel.
That was an interesting one. We saw back-to-back SDs from DLS, and then a really interesting game.
Yeah.
As we wait
for game number 2 to start, we will be hopping into a very quick break once again. And yeah, I look forward to seeing game 2. I mean, Niagara Falls managing to pull what did they
Niagara Falls, Niagara University.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, the British is coming out in me.
Yeah.
It's the one thing we know. But Niagara University managed to pull the 6-point leads. I'm really sorry, as we hop into a quick break.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are getting into match 2. Reminder, Niagara University took match 1. They are currently setting up 6 points to 0 over St. Peter's University. As we get into match 2, game 1, we see St. Peter's University's Lil Taze representing King K. Rool versus Niagara University's Mr. Paytonator playing Rob.
You know, I kind of wish Lil Taze was playing Rob. Because
it would be apt. It would definitely be
the
apt.
amount of puns I could make would be phenomenal.
Too many, yeah. But there's too many.
We don't live in a perfect world, and at the moment, Lil Taze is bringing out some damage with King K. Rool.
Oh yeah, a solid lead already, pulling ahead. Mr. Paytonator not really being able to find a way in, and against the big bodies like K. Rool, you really need to get all these like hits in these chains and make them count. And maybe get these edge guard sequences, but he just gives him the ledge back.
K. Rool is a hard matchup for Rob.
It seems kind of like it.
Like, you've got so much armor on K. Rool that trying to get in on him in a lot of cases to get, like, your short jabs and everything to set up as well with your diss.
And Rob has a lot of, like, pokey moves. You can't, like, break the armor super easily. I can definitely see it being rough, but, I'd like to see him play around these projectiles more. Mr. Paytonator is just sort of eating a lot of really telegraphed moves, and I feel like he could be playing it a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, and, oh, okay, good damage coming out. I mean, when you're almost lapping your opponent, you're feeling pretty good.
You definitely feel really good. But it can come back pretty quickly. Rob down air, one of the best downers in the game, one of the best gimp tools in the game, means that it can always be even, and that up air will even the stock count, but not the percent. A large deficit Mr. Paytonator is going to have to work through.
Yeah, I was about to compliment K. Rool's up air because or his up special, because it's a very good recovery, but
it's surprisingly hard to punish. You really wouldn't expect it, but you seem to always get clipped by it.
Yeah, it's got a really good hitbox. The hurt box isn't like atrocious either. So it's we were talking about Snake's recovery, right? And K. Rool's just got the better variant of it.
Yeah. Though he goes into pratfall after, which is pretty bad.
Not great.
Not great.
But that's why you don't use it on stage, you use it off stage.
And we see a solid lead here, once again, from Lil Taze. Up a stock, up like half a stock. Not going to lose a stock for the air dodge. She's able to have the vertical recovery distance. Vertical recovery distance. But this could be a stock going away pretty soon. In kill percent. Oh, the up air barely not killing.
Yeah, it's turning around as Mr. Paytonator here is finally getting to put in some good work. Obviously, he's taking a stock at the moment, but he doesn't want to let, right? If Lil Taze gets a lot of extra credit on this, it's not good. Like, it's rough.
It's rough, yeah. But if he keeps it to this like 50, 60%, if Mr. Paytonator gets this stock really soon, I can see it being very winnable for him. And in a position like this, with K. Rool at the ledge, it's definitely doable at 170. He just needs one solid hit, and he'll still be down 80, but I believe in it. Wow.
Yeah, K. Rool getting...
Every single hitbox on that move kills, huh? Just like all 60 degrees around him. That's crazy.
It's real good. It's a real good move. I was going to say, K. Rool's scary when he's got rage, but
no rage anymore.
Lil Taze wasn't allowed to touch the ground to use that rage.
He definitely was not. And we see some good little projectile strings building percent bit by bit back onto Lil Taze. It's still a rough deficit to be in for Mr. Paytonator, but a really good grab is almost going to start evening things up with the neutral air armor. That was instant. That move got buffed, right? Like, that move's faster now?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's significantly faster.
Yeah, it is.
What was it, like 15%? It was something ludicrous.
Yeah, that's a lot in a game like this, but get caught slipping at 150%.
Yeah, and that's
gonna get shocked.
Gonna be St. Peter's taking their first point of the series. So yeah, that was a one stock win, but you start clawing it back. We saw it last set where it looked pretty bad. And they managed to bring it back, right? Marist College was down, what, like 7, 8 points total?
Yeah. And then they brought it back all the way to a 2-point difference going into the last set.
Yeah, it was unbelievably close. And so, again, that first point game doesn't feel great, you know, that losing the first set. But coming in here, you can recover it pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's definitely doable, but it's not a situation you love to be in if you're St. Peter's University, but this is the start. Lil Taze bringing it back bit by bit. If we see another game like that, maybe it goes a little differently. Maybe Lil Taze gets the kill a little earlier, doesn't lose the second stock. You're only down 2 points at that point, and that's solid. That's respectable.
Yeah, I mean, Lil Taze is really going to need to be able to bring this back, take another win, shock everybody, right?
Down 1 point, yeah, shocking everybody.
Yeah, you know, because if Lil Taze brings this back, right, whilst the players are doing their pick ban, let's figure this out mathematically. So at the moment, because everybody loves a little bit of math, I'm sure we got some math majors about, right? Gerbil being one himself.
Fan. Yeah.
Right? Niagara has 6 points at the moment. St. Peter's has 1. If they win this, they'll get 2 minimum. And then if they win it with 3 stocks, it will tie them. They win it with 2, it's net total difference of 1, and net total difference of 2 if they win it with 1 stock. Which is still really, really close.
Oh, yeah, it's super close. It could go both ways. But even if Niagara University gets this next game by 1 stock, getting that extra 1 stock to just keep their lead that little bit wider, even if Lil Taze wins game 3 and they get the 2 points for winning the set, you really just want to make every single stock count and keep those incremental distances. The match we just saw, there was a 4-point difference at the end, I think, maybe 5, and that's so close.
Yeah, I mean, that is really, really close. And
so everything matters.
Yeah, and it is one of those things where the more and more you factor in those losing that 1 stock by accident or SDing can really come to bite you later down in the series.
A lot later down, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so you gotta lay your grounds, you gotta pay attention to things, and I think it does. It makes it a lot scarier if you accidentally SD.
Oh yeah, it makes it feel so much worse.
Because that's a potential point gone out the window. If you proceed to lose after SDing, it doesn't really matter because you weren't getting points anyway. But like, yeah, doesn't feel great.
You could have won. You could have won.
You could have won.
Yeah.
But you know, however, we haven't seen any switch ups, and we are on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, a much bigger stage this time around. The largest in terms of like literal stage width of all of the stages in the legal set.
Yeah.
We really did see Mr. Paynator pulling it back at the end of Game 3, hitting a lot more projectiles, playing a lot more Zony. So if he does that from the start here and gets a good percent lead early on, he could definitely start pulling away and taking the lead for Niagara University.
Yeah, he definitely could. I mean, at the moment, there is... We are starting to see Mr. Paynator here pull a lead, right? He's starting to get some good percentages. That's a great grab into the down. Is he going to get the combination? Oh, the armor on King K. Rool. Is it his neutral air? Is it his...
The buffed Nair is so strong now. It feels like Luigi's Nair at this point, but it has armor. It doesn't even trade.
Well, yeah, why would it trade? It's King K. Rool. He doesn't play fair.
He doesn't play fair, yeah. Speaking of not playing fair, that up air was disgusting.
Yeah, that was not what you want to see from Mr. Paynator. Oh,
no.
You know how we were saying...
almost a 0.
You know how we were saying...
Every SD feels bad, yeah.
That, well, not only that, but if... Okay, well, there it goes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence before it all changed. I was going to say if St. Peter's managed to 3-0 this, then they even out the points completely.
Yeah.
That almost happened.
It definitely did. The scenario flashed in front of our eyes. We were not in that timeline, but we were close. We were close to being there.
We aren't in the darkest timeline for Niagara University. As
but
they
Mr. Paynator really pulling it back on the stock. He SD'd almost at 0, but he's still keeping it really respectable here.
Yeah,
I mean, solid lead.
When you think about it, the SD was like literally at 0%, and it was like one after the other practically, right? So like, yeah, really, really solid comeback at the moment. He's playing this off really, really well. Again, like we said, it feels bad when you SD, but he's putting in the effort to make sure that it isn't all downhill.
Oh yeah, this doesn't look like I'm going to get 1 stock, even up the points a little bit more. This looks like I'm going to make the comeback.
Or at least attempt to. That's a good hit coming out there. Of course, King K. Rool is always going to be able to recover from that.
Yeah, he just needs to get the stock now, and then it's like 1 gimp away, and exactly that happened. It's 1 gimp away. It's always possible when you have Rob down air.
Yeah, I mean, Rob down air is very, very good. Like,
but he's going to need to get past these projectiles first, and not Punish.
Oh, and he managed to mash out of it
lead.
quick enough, avoid the forward smash, and this might be the chance, as he's getting
It's
a lot
definitely
of
the chance.
damage in.
Oh, but he gives him the space at the ledge. He respects him a little bit too much, and he's gonna eat a punish here. He's not dead, but he's so close. The next hit will kill him and seal it out. But it's still possible for Mr. Paytonator. One really good play. It's doable, but it's so hard. You have to think Lil Taze is going to get it, and he does.
And that's going to be Lil Taze taking the set, bringing in another 3 points for his team. So that's a net total difference of 2 by the end.
It is 4 points for St. Peter's to 6 points for Niagara University as we go into match 3 between St. Peter's Show and Niagara University's Flubber.
Yeah,
He's a Kirby player, plays Green Kirby.
I'd hope so. That would be great.
I'd really hope so too.
But yeah, no, St. Peter's taking that win is definitely where you want to be, right? You now close the gap quite a bit, and you might be able to bring this back if you can win the next set. Then you take the point lead.
Yeah, 2 points is literally just one set.
Yeah.
So, as close as we could reasonably be asking for right now, it could be tied, I guess. But within reason, this is really close so far, and I'm excited to get into game 3. As always, the third match, the third game, the third anything in a best of 5 is always a very big turning point. It's typically the team or the player that wins the third out of 5 that goes on to win the whole thing. So
Yes.
A lot of pressure is going to be riding on Show and Flubber to get their team an advantage going into the latter half of this series.
Yeah, I mean, it's super duper important, but we do have a team leader from St. Peter's coming out straight in the center here, and I think that was definitely like you just said, a tactical decision, right? Setting your captain, who presumably should be your best player, right
on the
center.
pivot point.
Yeah, seems like a very tactically minded decision.
Yeah, definitely seems really good, like a good idea. You want to have that person like anchoring you, maybe like they did with Mike, but the other option is to have that person get you that lead that gives you the momentum that snowballs you into the rest of the games, and it could definitely pay off well for them. So we'll have to see how that plays out as we work on picking sages, picking characters, and getting into the first game of match 3.
Yeah, we will be right back momentarily as we get our picks and bans sorted out.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just about to get into game 1 of match 3 here between St. Peter University's Show and Niagara University's Flubber. We've been informed that they're going to be starting on, you said, Town and City?
Yes, I do believe that is where they've decided.
And it looks like it's going to be Show playing Lucina and Flubber on Link. Both sorties, but both with very different playstyles. Link really good with projectiles, wants to play a more zoning game, while Lucina is a lot more content to space nairs and fairs and sort of play that mid-range poke game.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could have predicted that Show was going to play Lucina, considering that the Nintendo's icon is also Lucina, but that isn't always the best way to go about it.
Yeah, that doesn't always work out. It's generally better to see the pick.
Yeah, but Flubber on Link. I mean, this is Swordy versus Swordy is always such an interesting matchup, right? And I always feel like Link has a much better matchup in these cases because of his projectiles.
I think that might be true, but I think Link's sword moves is a lot worse. Also, that spacing on the forward smash was ridiculous. I can't believe it caught the jump.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I feel like you'd think that Link would have the matchup advantage with the projectiles, but I think that because Lucina doesn't have projectiles, a lot more of her power is just in the sword, and she has like a better sword than Link does. Her moves are faster. They cover more ground. They're just more usable, and she doesn't have that hard of a time getting around the projectiles. So I'd actually give the edge in the matchup to Lucina, just because in that like mid-rangey spacing game, she has the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable. I think we can probably agree. Link can do better if he manages to keep away, and they're both for 2 stocks. I mean, 41%
really
lead for Show is very, very good. The bomb in Show's hands. As yeah, like you said, Lucina's overall like sword play is much better. But if Link can stay away, and I mean, Tan City's quite a big map, you know. If he's able to keep his distance, throw out some bombs, throw out some boomerangs, and just play that zoning game, then yeah, I feel like it comes down to Lucina getting in, right? The onus is on the Lucina player.
Oh yeah, if Link can play the game he wants to play, he has the sick read, by the way. If Link can play the game he wants to play, he has a huge. He does it again. Wow. I can't make a point because Flubber just keeps giving Show these insane reads. Yeah, if Link gets to play the game that he wants to play, he's gonna have the advantage. But Lucina is never gonna let Link play that game. Lucina's gonna be in his face, running up, pressuring him, and making sure Link can't set up that projectile defense.
Yeah, Show's doing a really good job on this Lucina to not let Flubber get these setups, get these situations. A good grab coming out from Flubber, though. And then a good read on that back air.
The counter read, one of the reads from Show that's not hitting, but he's not actually punished for it, so it's not that bad. And that counter hits and kills.
Yeah, Flubber down a stock now. 89% though. Lucina's definitely killable.
Oh, yeah. Link hits really hard. Lucina's solidly in kill percent here, especially now at 110. But it is Show's turn to rack up some extra credit, get that advantage going into the last stock. If he can even touch Link, if he can even touch Flubber, which may or may not happen.
Yeah, Flubber's playing this really well. Good roll dodge. Okay, good read. Reading the roll, getting the punish for it as well. Now starting to build up some percentage. Oh, missing that side B though could be punishable, but the grab goes through Show. That was extremely unfortunate. Gonna find the stock, but 50% was the extra credit Show was able to rack up, which is nothing to
I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
50% extra credit's respectable, but we do see Flubber almost evening it up immediately. So really, all that work from Show didn't amount to much, as the game is now once again even. Link has center stage, but Flubber off stage now has to get off the ledge.
Yeah, it's looking a bit daring at the moment now. Link almost in kill percentage for Lucina. Another good side B should get him about that, or just a fair.
Oh yeah, Link's got really good kill power. So does Lucina. Both these characters, kill percent's probably a little lower than you'd expect it to be. Oh, no way. Okay, yeah, not spacing it properly, but Flubber getting caught by the mind game, doesn't get hit by the counter, but that forces him to go so far from the ledge, he just can't make it back. And Show really trapping Flubber there and taking game 1 by 1 stock, earning another point for St. Peter's University. Only down 1 total now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the point differential now, it was looking horrible game 1, right? Because there was a 6-point differential, but they have slowly managed to bring it back. St. Peter's University doing really well. The 1-point differential, I mean, it's anyone's game now, right? We are midway into the series, right? This is the second match in game 3 of the best of 5. That is such a weird way of putting it, but that is quite literally what we're doing. And the points are practically even.
Yeah, they are. Another really close match between these two colleges so far. I'm really glad we've had matches like this that have been so close all the way through. It's made some really entertaining matches between the two colleges.
Yeah, do you think we see any switches coming out from the players coming in to the second game?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like both these characters seem confident in their pick, and it's just a matter of execution that's holding them back. So I doubt we're going to see any character switches, but it always could happen, but it doesn't.
Final destination will be the stage we play on.
Yeah, Flubber picking that makes sense. It's a really flat stage, gives him a lot of space to cover with his projectiles. There's no platforms that Sho can use to get around them. It should give him a much easier time of setting up and keeping Sho out, netting him a lot more percent and value from those moves.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, but at the same time, it's a bit of a catch-22, right? Because if Sho does get close, there's nowhere to Flubber to run other than the opposite end of the platform, and Sho can just chase him down.
Yeah. Lucina definitely faster than Link means that once you're in disadvantage, it's really hard to stop getting juggled.
Yeah,
we see that happening. It's so hard for Flubber to retake stage control. He just keeps eating more and more moves whenever he tries to.
Yeah, and that's why I was going to say I think FD is a kind of a risky pick, because Flubber needs to play it nearly flawlessly, doing things like that, getting the boomerangs, getting the dash attacks right. And if he had caught the arrow there, he would have regained so much momentum, but instead he's going to lose a stock out of it.
Yeah, did he not have a jump? Did he accidentally air dodge or something? I actually missed it.
I believe he might have. I didn't see it either.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, the unfortunate death for Flubber means that Sho is ahead, but Sho, pretty close to kill percent here, means that he might not get that far ahead, but it is already 62% back onto Flubber on the second stock.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's so much back and forth. Flubber now has the momentum that he was looking for, trying to find something. If he makes a mistake, okay, good read there, manages to find the stock. That was phenomenal there. Now he's going to be able to gain some of the momentum back.
Oh no, oh, magnet hands.
Oh, that
and
was
melee, you're not making it
looking
back,
a little spotty.
Yeah, that was really worrying, but he makes it back. And only 40% down, that's reasonable. That's like one good string for Flubber. It's definitely within anyone's power to win this so far. Oh, that forward smash was so close to being amazing.
Yeah, at the
moment. And it's even again.
Yeah, I mean, it is completely even, but just as we say that, Sho starts to gain the momentum once again, and Link's not going to make it back from there.
Can't burn your jump like that.
Link's recovery isn't... Yes. It can be gimped.
Yeah, as we saw there, it is very gimpable. If you get rid of Link's jump, he does not have a lot of distance.
No, or at least horizontally.
Yeah. If you just catch him slipping, it's really easy for him to die, just like we saw. But once again, not a whole lot of extra credit being racked up here so far. A kill probably coming soon. Not that close to getting it off the throw, but a ledge trap scenario, missing the punish. And now Link off stage. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, that, again, can be gimped. Sho knows how to gimp Link, and that's going to be game, set, and match. And now we see...
St. Peter's University ahead by 3 points now.
2 points. They were at 5, then they got 3 there, so they're at 8.
Well, no, 2 stocks.
Oh, no, Lucina had 2 stocks, didn't she?
Yeah,
no, you're 100% correct. No, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
That's on my fault.
3 now. St. Peter's University, potentially only a 1-game difference if Niagara University is able to pull out a 3 stock. But in every match we've played so far, this set and last set, there's only been 1 3 stock, and that was in a game with controller issues. So I doubt a 3 stock is going to happen and immediately even things up. So for the time being, St. Peter's University is going to hold on to a lead going into the next set of matches. And like I said before, having the lead going forward like this is really important for your momentum, for the mental game of your players.
Yeah, it's definitely not a being in that, you managed to recover the points, you managed to gain that momentum, and presumably most of them are sitting in the same room, or I believe there's 2 switches being used by St. Peter's, so they might be in different rooms, maybe, you know. But either way, the majority of both teams will be in the same room, kind of psyching each other out, getting them pumped, and yeah, having that mental momentum to go forward after getting a big win like that is really, really good.
Mm-hmm. So, are we going to go to a break while we wait for match 4 to get set up?
That sounds very, very reasonable, and we will be doing that. So thank you all once again, and we will be back momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody, to match 4 between St. Peter's University and Niagara University. For St. Peter's, we have Gene playing Lucas against AMPC's Kirby. As we get into the first game on FD, we see an early little string coming out from AMPC, racking up a little bit of early damage.
Yeah, I mean, coming out here, again, it being another set, I have no idea what to expect. This is the second Kirby, and the first Lucas we've seen. I was going to say we saw a Ness earlier. It would have been quite entertaining if we saw a Ness versus Lucas game.
Yeah, Ness versus Lucas would be really interesting. It's so weird that some matchups are like kind of a ditto, you know?
Yeah, it's not because they're not quite Echo Fighters.
Yeah, but they're close. They're very similar. We just use, surprisingly, I think this is the first duplicate character we've seen in both of our sets, and it's Kirby.
Yeah, no, you are 100% correct.
Oh,
what a good use of Lucas's up. Yeah, no, what a weird coincidence. Kirby being the one character that we see across both games.
Yeah, both matches between colleges. Kirby is the one thing. As both players, anyway, as both players in the 100s, both getting close to kill percent. Neither of these characters known for their immense early kill power. You're going to need to get to 120-ish before you start really being in front of dying, but Kirby's solidly into kill percent now, as the back throw barely doesn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, and all right, the up B coming out there, and the back throw there. Lucas's back throw is quite good.
Yeah, Lucas and Ness known for having good back throws. Yeah. As a matter of fact.
You know, it's almost like they're almost the same character.
Yeah, I was about to say we've seen way too many down Bs from this Kirby, but then AMPC's down B just almost killed there. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think he's doing too many down Bs.
Short hop down Bs, I think, are the way to go. I think the issue is we're seeing these really high, like
the little brother strats. You know?
Yeah.
I was the little brother. I did those. Let me tell you what.
You know, we need to be seeing short hop down Bs, right, and catching him off, and maybe in like an up tilt.
At that point, just back air.
I mean, that's also very true. or just up tilt. Up tilts are great.
Or just read an air dodge with a side B. Just chat it out.
Also very reasonable.
Oh my god, that was a really crazy read from AMPC. Evening up the stock count, not quite evening up the percent, but you have a little bit of a way. Never mind. Well, never mind. You don't have a little bit of a way to go before Lucas kills you. You died 80 to down smash. That move is insanely strong.
Yeah, it's very good. Also, the other thing that neither Kirby player has used is actually tried to get their neutral B to gain the neutral special from their opposition.
I mean, I guess, like, what's Kirby really gonna get? Like, the Psy Magnet for the Psy Fires, maybe, like, I feel like in this matchup, getting Lucas's neutral B really isn't that good. I'd almost rather have the option to suck, just because you can get Gimps off stage with it.
That's also very true. I just thought it was interesting that neither Kirby player decided to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. But AMPC going for a lot of punishable moves, and more often than not, they're getting punished. Oh, he's dead.
Oh no! As we see, Gene taking game 1, 2 points for St. Peter's University.
Solid game 1, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks pretty convincing to me. Like, it wasn't a 3-stock, but it was a convincing 2-stock.
Yeah, that was very well played. We might see some character switching here. We might see them. It might be map, Final Destination. There's a lot of factors
to work with for Kirby. Yeah. That's for sure. Lucas likes a lot better. There's nowhere to run from PK Fires and Final Destination. There's nowhere to go.
No, it's not the greatest stage in the world for Kirby to be in.
So we'll see if we get a better stage. I'm pretty sure Kirby's a fan of Battlefield and Yoshi's Yoshi story. So we could potentially see those coming out. Get some changes up. He likes triplats. He likes to be able to carry his opponents around with the up tilts, the up airs. He likes to be able to space the back airs. We just need to see more fundamentals coming out from AMPC in this matchup, and he can start racking up a lot more damage, taking a lot more stocks.
Yeah, and I think that is the name of the game, right? Is just fundamentals need to come out a bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. Kirby, not known as being the best character in the game, but he definitely has a lot of interesting, cool stuff he can pull off if he plays it well, if he makes it work for himself. But you definitely have to work for it. You have to make it work for yourself. It's not a character where plays come easy for you.
Yeah, and I think it is important to point out that the Lucas player from SPU was in fact the one to pick Final Destination. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely a good counter pick for him.
But I feel
as we wait and get into game 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, because I'm just looking over it because I'm trying to get the mentality from just the pick and bans, right, from that first round when we look at AMPC and Gene. So Gene bans Battlefield, and then AMPC bans Town City and Smashville, and then we pick FD. I'm not sure I agree with those.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather ban FD if I'm
AMPC. Kirby.
Yeah, you definitely want platforms, but I don't know, maybe it's not the most experienced with the format. It's definitely something you have to get used to. I know when I started drafting stages, it was rough. And even now, a lot of the times I'll look at a stage list and like, it's really easy after we watch the match go, wow, Final Destination was not a good stage. But sometimes in the moment, you really don't know.
No, maybe you throw off your opponent, they're used to them playing a certain way with platforms. You go, Final Destination, because no platforms might be the way that you're not used to playing against them. But we are going to have Pokemon Stadium 2 being picked by AMPC for game 2.
A much more neutral stage.
Yes.
You get a little bit of platforms, you get a little bit of flat space. It's a much bigger stage. It gives Lucas a lot more space to throw projectiles, but at the same time, you do enjoy having those platforms, and it gives you a lot more room to work around the projectiles as well. Yeah. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Most importantly, AMPC switching up his color, I believe.
Yeah, that is a color palette switch to the monochromatic Kirby. And yeah, I think that's the most important decision. If he wins this game,
that is, yes.
It was purely off the color palette switch.
I agree.
But we do need to see AMPC managing to win this to bring some points back for his team. Because
his team is down a lot of points right now.
Yeah.
And he really needs to win like maybe one game with some stocks left, bring back the point deficit just a little bit so that it's less rough on Crust, who's going to have to close this out for Niagara University if AMPC falls here.
Yeah, it would definitely be a hard game to bring back. He needs to win one set, and then the next game would require... It would be a monumental task, but I think you'd effectively need a 3-stock or 2-stock in the win. Yeah.
So, a lot is riding on AMPC here to pull out a couple more points for his team so that Crust doesn't have to play out of his mind in order to take the victory for his college.
Yeah,
and so far we see him trying to make it happen. Oh, I respect the attempt.
If he let go of the hammer a little, yeah. If he had timed the hammer really well there, I think we all would have been like sitting here screaming out of our minds, right?
Because I would have blown out my microphone.
That would have been a good time, but unfortunately didn't quite make it. But the percentage is so close at the moment, 2% difference, going up to a 13% difference. I should just stop talking.
Oh yeah, no, the percents are definitely close, and whoever gets his first stock is going to have a really big advantage. Oh, there it is. AMPC is a really big advantage.
Yeah, I mean, You say it and it happens. AMPC now being able to start building up some extra credit. Trying to go for a read there, thinking that Gene was going to run straight under him as he went for that up B, trying to get past him and set himself up probably for a grab or a PK fire.
AMPC survived that last back throw, but the next one will kill for sure. Most moves from Lucas are going to be killing AMPC pretty quickly here, but including that PK fire with bad DI. But AMPC did build up a solid extra credit lead, 70% here. Definitely something I'd be very happy with if I was him. Puts me in a solid advantage on the second stock.
Yeah, nothing to snuff at. I mean, 70% is huge now. He just needs to be able to keep it up. Gets the grab into the down grab. Doesn't have a follow-up. Just throwing out another up B. It's interesting because it's so telegraphed, but it's still a good projectile.
Yeah, I'd like to see less upbeats from him, but every once in a while, I do agree. It is a nice move to throw out as a little mix-up. Nobody really thinks about, oh yeah, Kirby's projectile game.
Yeah,
so sometimes you can catch your opponent slipping, but once your opponent does get in that mindset of, oh yeah, Kirby's projectile game, it gets a lot less useful.
Yeah, when you're throwing it out a lot, your opposition recognizes it and will react to it. It's one of those pocket moves that you throw out occasionally. I definitely agree with that.
Oh, a solid double nair there. And we're talking a lot about AMPC. Gene, probably the favorite in the set still, is making this lead kind of disappear. He's really running it back. Oh, but the platform assist, right as I say it. AMPC takes the lead, even more solid than he had it in the first stock.
Yeah, if the thing is, if AMPC can bring this set to stock and win the next, there's a 1 point difference.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it'll be a 2 stock. He's already at 100, but if he wins this set, or if he wins this game, and then he goes on to win the set, it is so huge for Niagara University.
Yeah. I meant a 1 stock for it to be completely even. He needs to win this with at least 1 stock, and then next with 1 stock it will be even. If he wins this with a 2 stock, then Niagara will find themselves 1 point in ahead.
If he wins this with 1 stock and then the next one with 1 stock, they will be down 1 point. It is 11-6. But
oh, it's 11-6. No, so I was right the first time. I am.
Yeah, you were right the first time. Yeah.
It is 2 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, but there's always possible for the 1 stock. It's actually really possible this time.
Oh, Lucas does manage to get it. And the dash attack. He got the 2 stock.
Can't believe he got the 2 stock.
Yeah. You didn't believe in him, and he said, "Look at this man, not believing in me."
I really thought at 100% Gene would just find the kill with some random move, but no. AMPC really, really stepping it up in that game too. When it matters, he steps up, takes it to a game 3, earns 2 more points for his team, and potentially earns 3 or more if this next game goes like that one did.
Yeah, if he wins this one with 1 stock, they even it out, and anything above that is icing on the cake going in to game number 5.
Yeah, Crush definitely breathing a little easier. Having those 2 extra points minimum helping him out.
I'm going to be honest.
Last match coming up,
this is really close.
It is, yeah. We're 1 game away from it being even.
Because even if Let's EU math this real quick, right? Okay, so let's say Gene wins, they go up to 14 points. So there's a net total of 6.
All right.
The only way that we could see
Niagara win is if they get 2 points for winning.
Yeah.
Right? And then they win either 3-1 or 2-2.
Yeah.
Or better. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's not a tall order. That's perfectly reasonable.
These 2 points that AMPC just earned for his team are monumental.
Such a big difference.
Monumental.
Yeah. It's the difference between 2 stocks versus 3 stocks.
Well, because if he didn't do that, they'd be 6 points down. Because Gene would have gotten 1 point, putting themselves up to 12, and they would have been at 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and in fact, no, they would have been even more points down because Gene would have taken the set, so they would have gotten 3 points out of that, which would have put them up to 14 versus 6. Which
that would be devastating.
The only thing that Yeah.
It might not look like it, but that 2 stock there kind of put the team on his back a little bit. He really pulled it out.
Because the only thing that could happen would be Niagara would have to 3-stock win and tie.
Yeah. That would be insane, but
so those
AMPC
2 points,
keeping it even, switching off the color that brought him victory last time. A 2-stock last time. I can't say I agree, but we'll have to see it. AMPC, maybe just switching in and of itself is a power-up. Maybe it'll be a 3-stock this time.
Yeah, you know, he was Dark Kirby, then he was like neutral Kirby, and now he's Kirby.
He's Kirby, yeah.
Yeah. So
Doesn't
this
seem
is
to
the
be working out
3-stock.
for him so far, as he does fall to an early deficit, though.
Yeah, it's not looking too great for him at the moment. Kalos is, again, another one of the stages. Those 2 platforms might come in handy. We definitely saw the platforms coming in that last game when you saw the platform assist from the down throw.
Yeah, they were really useful. On the one hand, the platforms on this stage are even higher up, so they're more likely to help. But on the other hand, they're in a much weirder spot to get to, so they're less likely to be in position. You'd have to get the grab as like a ledge trap, and we do see the forward smash give Gene the early lead.
Yeah, so for what we just saw to matter, like to really solidify it here, this needs to go down. Even if Gene wins, he needs to be on 1 stock.
Yeah, it has to be a 1-stock. There's no world where there isn't a 1-stock, and Crust has...
Crust would have to play out of their mind. Crust would have to literally 3-stock win, and I think they win with 1 point.
Yeah. And right now, every stock is so important for AMPC to take here. He's down 3 stocks to 1, but even just getting this 1 stock could mean insane amounts 3 games later.
Yeah, it really, really could. And I think that's the joy of this format, right? Is it's so nerve-wracking because this 1 stock could be the life... and it's not going to happen. The 3-0, that's massive. As we see St. Peter's getting, what, 5 points?
Yeah, oh my god. Gene pulling it out for his team, earning his team 5 points in that last match. It is now 16-8. It is theoretically possible for Crust to tie this for Niagara University.
Yeah.
If he gets 2 3-stocks back to back, if he does not drop a game, if he doesn't lose a single stock in match 5, he ties. It is currently 16-8. He would get 3 for game 1, 3 for game 2, and then 2 for winning. 8 points. It would be 16-16. But even that is such a big thing to ask Crust to do.
Yeah, I mean, that is a monumentous task. I said it before, and it really is not something to have that on your shoulders is a hard
it's so
time.
much pressure.
Yeah.
I do not envy Crust right now. I'm good under pressure, but I'd crack. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll have to see after a quick break while we get things set up if Crust is going to be able to pull it out against St. Peter University's Jazzy G.
We'll see you momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody. We are getting into Game 5, Jazzy G for St. Peter's University versus Crust for Niagara University. And remember, the pressure is on Crust. Currently, he needs to 3-stock 2 games in a row to even tie. And as we see Palutena versus Robin, matchup alone gives a solid advantage to Jazzy G.
Yeah, it is not great for Crust at the moment. That's a lot of pressure, even for the best players in the world, right? Being asked to 3-stock their opponent 2 games in a row, it's not easy. It's
not at all. And we see it playing out already. Crust not off to the best start in this game. And remember, if he loses 1 stock, it's over for Niagara University.
Yeah, but of course, we'll keep playing the series out because there's no reason not to. But that is now going to make it mathematically impossible Now Niagara are purely playing to
For pride,
close out
yeah.
the point differential.
Do running point totals matter throughout the season?
I am
Or throughout the
unsure
weeks?
on that one. I would need a
Alright.
TO to inform me.
All right. Well, either way, we are going to keep playing out the matches. We have some solid spacing and projectile game going on from Palutena here into Robin, getting that first early kill and then keeping the extra credit rolling, almost lapping Crust here.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. A good solid hit from Cross, though.
Yeah, that will even up the stock count, but the percent is still very different. Crust in kill percent already. And the next big hit should do it like that. Air dodging into it.
So matches are used in tiebreakers for seeding, so games won do matter.
All right. So yeah, it is important, not critical, but very important for Krusty to pull out wins for his team if he can. And on the same note, it is important for Jazzy to also be able to get games for his team to try not drop any losses, get as many stocks as he can.
Yeah, so this still very much so matters as Crust is doing a valiant effort, although being stocked down. I mean, this is, for the first time, Palutena is our second duplicate that we've seen over the course of today.
Palutena, I'm a lot less surprised to see as a duplicate.
Yeah.
A very powerful character.
Kirby being the first, though, was a good time.
It was a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
The Sacred Fires that Palutena's side Bs are, they were quite a few being thrown out there.
Oh, they've been critical in both the matches we've seen playing out so far.
Oh.
Let me see a solid lead. Jazzy lapping over Crust. We'll see if Crust is able to take this last stock, or even run it back. He will take the stock. The run back can start to happen, but it would be incredibly difficult. Yeah, Jazzy just getting the Tomahawk back throw. Closing out game one, earning another game for his team. Securing his team the victory through the course of that game. Incredibly important. As we get ready to go into game two, playing for a little bit of pride, a little bit of seeding priority.
Yeah, and I mean, this does matter, right? Of course, these are all pre-eliminations over the course of the weeks that we play these out, which will all end up in a LAN. I'm not exactly sure on the dates of that LAN, but that's the plan for this seeding. So
very exciting.
Crust does say that they were on the wrong controls, which is extremely unfortunate, but that is how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And
well, if he 3-stocks game two, I'll feel bad. Otherwise, it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. You really have to check that sometimes.
Yeah, it does happen. And now going into pick and bans once again.
Sage pick, stage bans. Neither player, I don't think, is going to change. A solid victory for Jazzy on the Palutena, an incredibly strong character. And Crust playing Robin, probably a sign that he would be a Robin main. That's not a character you kind of play on a whim. So I think he's going to be sticking with that one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I have been corrected. It's not a LAN. It is an online on January 25th and 26th, leading into Season 1 of EGFC.
All right.
So,
well, there we go.
Yeah, that's been
just
corrected.
Like you said before, both players sticking to their characters. A color, a gender switch up for Robin here, for Crust. As we go to Kalos, I love this stage. This stage is so pretty.
This stage is gorgeous. And actually, if you ever have the chance on a custom firmware Switch to move the camera around, it is visually stunning. Like, actually seeing
like
it.
It's illegal and I can't endorse it.
It is not, but yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
no.
Well, really solid string there for a really early kill from Crust, showing that he really does know what he's doing on his character when he has his control set up properly.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for game one, but
game one coming out. I mean, at the moment, Crust is definitely proving that now having the correct controls.
Big difference.
Yeah. In that first stock, very, very good. And at the moment, oh, okay, going for the reads, does get, gets the good edge guard there. Good nair coming out from Jazzy. Oh, the R5 coming out. Good hit confirm.
And he has lapped Jazzy here in percent. Important to note. Full stock ahead now. Ted even actually. Down to the .1. Oh. And the up B setting Jazzy into the dumpster.
Yeah, if anything happens here, then we will see Crust losing a stock. But my goodness, if Crust manages to 3-0 this,
I would feel so bad.
It would be so unfortunate.
I would be heartbroken, actually. But
hey,
that doesn't look like the case. 150%, so high. A wind from Palutena will probably kill Crust here.
Yeah.
And there it is. That's a little stronger than the wind.
Well, there is.
It wouldn't have been a 3 stock anyway.
But the dream was there.
You have to feel that. The dream was definitely there.
The dream was there as Crust looks for it here, going off the stage. Oh, now Jazzy is trying to find everything here. Jazzy, of course, wanting to just win this game, end this set, move on.
Yeah.
But at the moment,
but Crust wanting to get the priority, little bit of priority, he gets for winning the game in the upcoming seeding. And he will get it. Oh,
the DI was good. But he okay, 2 points going to Niagara University. I mean,
they put Crom in. I don't even know that. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Robin win a game before.
Oh well, there you go.
They put Robin in his victory or Crom in his victory scheme. That's cool. All right, so that is 1 game win over.
Oof.
And we are going to be getting into game 3 real quick here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm curious to see what the picks and bans end up being. So we do see Crust banning Yoshi's Brawl and Battlefield. So here we go.
Yeah, Palutena, a big fan of triplats. If you're against Palutena, I'd actually rather ban Yoshi's Island Melee, the triplat there, or Yoshi's Story, the triplat there. Just because it has the smaller, closer blast zones, and Palutena is a really big fan of getting that extra early kill power off of that, while still having the triplats to work with.
Yeah, but they are going to go to Town and City.
All right. Interesting counterpick.
Yeah, I mean, that was the Palutena, that was Jazzy's pick.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Palutena really likes killing people with up air. She really likes killing people with up air. I don't know about Town and City. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Maybe he values the platform configurations more. I don't know. But we are getting into game 3.
Yeah, I mean, and this is it. This is the
last one.
Yeah, and this is possibly the most important one for Niagara because they want to be able to get the overall game win, but not the set win.
Yeah. It is nice to have the extra wins helping out your stats. But we do see a really solid early string of hits coming out from Jazzy, not letting Crust land.
No, at the moment, Jazzy is doing a really, really good job of spacing out Crust as well. That was I mean...
Great back throw.
You see it happen. The spacing from... that's something I want to highlight at the moment as well, though. The spacing from Jazzy is really, really well thought out.
Oh, yeah, it's been really great this whole time. Most of the times he was getting hit last time were just from falling for a lot of Robin's tricks and getting combo that way. But the spacing has been really solid the whole time. Palutena, a very fundamentals-oriented character, means that you really expect people who play her to have that immaculate spacing you're looking for, as Crust is really just stuck on that platform.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, a good Sigma. I mean, both of them hitting them with their equivalent fire spells.
Yeah, a really interesting interaction. As we do reset to neutral a little bit, Jazzy up a full stock, including the percent lead. A really solid lead for him in game 3 here.
Yeah, Jazzy just needs to get another good back throw, a Sacred
Like
Fire
that
would
one.
kill. Yeah.
Really good hit.
You know, you say it and it happens sometimes, and that's
really
going to be
do.
Jazzy now up 2 stocks.
Trying to get a little bit of extra credit before he dies on this stock.
Yeah. Oh.
Make sure he can just close out the game as cleanly as possible. As he takes Crust off stage and tries to end it all.
Yeah, that was a commitment by Jazzy for a second there. Crust going after it as well. And it didn't really do anything for either of them. They both kind of just avoided each other.
Yeah, both just went back to stage. Recovered. Gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
As we still see Jazzy sitting on this last stock at 150%. 50% extra credit on the last stock. Still another stock to go through for Crust before that even matters. But the back throw will finally take it. 2 stocks to 1. A large hill for Crust to climb. And Jazzy not giving him a rope.
At the moment, Jazzy's really, really putting on the pressure. Now, and I always forget that Robin can heal.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things you never really expect to happen. It's one of those moves that never really hits all that often. It's really laggy. It's dangerous to go for. But when it does hit, you're always like, oh yeah, that's a thing, huh?
Yeah, like that's a thing Robin can do that you don't really see. As Jazzy commits with the nair and does find that final stock.
Oh, huge nair for him. Really predicting the early recovery from Crust, catching him slipping, and he will take the match. St. Peter's University winning 4 out of their 5 matches here. A decisive lead, winning by, he had 2 stocks left, right?
11 points. They're at 21 to 10.
22 to 10, I believe, right? Did he have 1 or 2 stocks left at the end there?
2. But they were
yeah, so it's 22 to 10.
22.
Yeah,
you're correct.
An incredibly decisive victory for St. Peter's University there. Both teams playing well, but St. Peter's...
Oh, did Jebel, you good? Right, Jebel seems to have cut out, so I'm going to finish up what he was going to say there. But yeah, a decisive victory for St. Peter's University there, as they valiantly defeated one after another most of the Niagara University players. But we did see some fantastic games there, and it was almost possible to see a huge comeback. But these last 2 sets, Jebel, now that I think you're back, hi.
Oh, you can hear me? Cool, great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what happened?
They've been absolutely phenomenal. They've been a pleasure to cast. I hope everybody who has stopped by, watched, listened, really, really had a good time. And that is us done for the evening. So, Jebel, if you want to sign yourself off.
Yeah, I have been Matthew Toxic Gerbil Merrick. I've been joined by Kevin Navik Dignan. You can find me on Twitter at toxic_gerbil.
And you can find me at Twitter at NavicCasts. Thank you.
And
all
once
for
again,
I was
going to say, congratulations to Siena College and St. Peter's University for winning their 2 matches on the day today.
Yeah. And thank you for all of the schools for participating. And we will see you next time.